what is it in the chart of Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, or for that matter from the film fraternity Aamir Khan, that makes them face so many problems in life? Why is it that they have to walk through the fire every time in their life and give those tests time and time again? Why is life not smooth and easy, or why was life not that smooth and easy for them as it was for many of their contemporaries? Does the answer lie in the chart? Well, it does. And I'll tell you one thing that I have found amazing in the chart is that people forget to look into the Panchang. The Panchang is one very basic answer to our question. The yoga, the current, the nakshatra, obviously everybody looks into. But the tithi, the way they were formed at the time
makes
of
waste remains relevant.
volumes.
Just like
So what is it speaking about them? I have found that the yoga, which is one of the most underrated of the Panchang elements, have always been overlooked. It should not be, because it talks about your happiness. It talks about the quality of life that you can lead. Lack happiness in life, or if the quality of life that one can lead is not that high, even if you're living in a palatial house, but internally if you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, then life is not that easy. It is, as they say in Hindi, a jiddo-jahad. So what is it that we're looking for now? As I find it now, what I see is that in their chart, there is a yoga called Atigandha. So what does this Atigandha? Is the yoga that is formed or deity during the new moon phase, everything is very dull, everything is very eerie kind also. Apart from that, it is nothing can be visible, and a person will have to put in a lot more effort to achieve anything as compared to others who are at a better place. Such people will always face a lot of hardships in life. Such people can also face hurt from their near and dear ones. And it is, the Atiganda yoga is one of those toughest yogas. You would find that all across the Muhurta books. You will find it in Hora Ratna, where it is mentioned that such people need to be courageous. In fact, they are courageous, and it is important for them to be aware that this yoga will help you transcend a lot of your karmic debt. So if you have this in your chart and you are facing a lot of trouble, you know you have to stand up to that courage within you, have to work well, and have to know that the courage is the one that will see you through this problem, see you through your karmic bonds, and you can make it big in life. Now, which are the planets, as we know, that form the part of the Atigandha yoga? So it is moon. It is moon as your yogi planet and Mercury as your avyogi planet. If your Mercury, wherever that your Mercury is placed, say for in the chart of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, his Mercury is placed in the 10th house, and it's the 10th lord. So where would his avyogi or bad luck work? His bad luck would work in his 10th house, that is his profession, his career. Do I need to say more? What can be a help to him? Help to him can be his moon, his mind, which is placed in the 6th house of discretion and enemy. So he has to be very discreet, he has to be very, he has to weigh his chances very carefully so that he can get one over his enemies. That is something that is always done. And now let's look into the chart of Bhimrao Ambedkar ji. In Bhimrao Ambedkar ji's chart, I go with the moon. So his moon is the Lagna Lord and it is placed in the 12th house. Yes, did he get name and fame? He got lots and lots of name and fame. But he also had to lose out on many things in life. And his Mercury is again placed in the 10th house with an exalted. So where did he face oppositions? Where did he face setbacks? All in his profession and, as we say in Hindi, his karya kshetra. So this is what we see, this is what we mean when we say that the Mercury as an avyogi, or a one that would bring in bad luck, that would bring in obstacles for him where it was working. Let's go to one final example of Aamir Khan. For Aamir Khan, his Lagna is that of Aquarius, and his moon is placed in his own house, that is in the 6th house. Again, moon in the 6th house, in its own house, is all about discretion, is all about knowing. But then moon is also placed in the house of obstacles, as it was in the case of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So you see, they would have obstacles, but they would know somehow how to come out of it. And for Aamir Khan, where is his Avyogi planet, that is Mercury, placed? His Avyogi planet Mercury is placed in none other than the 2nd house of finance and family. So who were the reason for his obstacle, or what was the reason for his obstacle? Finance and family. Of late we just heard that he said that he does not want to produce any more films because the obstacles have been a little too high for him to handle at this age now, and his children also said that one thing they learned from their parents or father was not to go into production. So as we see this yoga that one is born of. Now when we talk about Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, we know that yes, he came from a background that was very humble, and in those days when people were very much into a lot of ooch neech, or were very much into high class, low class, casteism and all those things, he had to face problems. But what about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose? He came from a very affluent family. He had a very high grade teaching, and yet in his career he faced so much obstacles. What about Aamir Khan? Born in a film family and facing major issues in life because father underwent real transformations, real crash crunches, failed movies, etc. And then growing up to be a top-notch star, and yet the production of movies giving him a real hard time, not to mention his personal life. So we have to understand that yoga is important in the Panchang, and we should pay a heed to that also. So till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.